Erika Poppelreiter here, and joining us today is Terry Griffin, who is the Kansas State Research and Extension Cropping Systems Economist. And you are the expert of experts on precision technology, and specifically, you've been exploring the adoption process and what that looks like. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So we've been evaluating the adoption of agricultural technology, specifically in Kansas, for the last 5 years. The Kansas Farm Management Association is a long-term service that many farmers, several thousand in Kansas, who have been participating in for many decades. And 5 years ago, we started asking the question, what technology do you have on this farm, and when did you adopt it? And one of our most recent studies that was released a few months ago in a journal called Agricultural Finance Review evaluated how long it takes farmers to adopt a technology after the technology becomes commercially available. And early on, some of the data technologies, such as yield monitors and grid soil sampling, took longer. Some of the more recently developed technologies were automated section control, automated guidance, and those types of technologies weren't as difficult to use. They actually made life better, or even reduced skill sets required to make it work were adopted a lot sooner. And we knew this, so we dove down and looked at some financial characteristics of those farms who adopted and who didn't adopt, as well as the age of the farm. So in the KFMA data set, the Kansas Farm Management Association data set, we know the year that the operator was born, and some of those farms are sole proprietors, just one person making management decisions. Some of the operations had multiple farm operators making management decisions, and we know the age, the birth year of each of those. So we started looking into the age aspect. So in popular culture, we hear this. In the workplace, you have this friction between millennials and baby boomers, or Generation X with the silent generation who were born, before World War II. So we asked that question of the data: Are there some dynamics within the multiple operator farms that were interesting? And a few of the things that we learned was that if there's a younger farm operator, such as a millennial or some Generation X, on the same farm as as older generations, such as baby boomers and silent generation, they tended to have more technology than sole proprietor farms with either of those groups. Granted that multiple operator farms tend to have larger acreage, but we're looking at, you have financially secured older operators of the silent and baby boomer generations with younger generation operators who tend to like to have more technology, and we see this in popular culture as well. But applying this to agriculture, specifically Kansas farms, we're seeing a really interesting dynamic of millennials with older generations.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more.